Jai Osma Param Prajagata Sadasman Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Ananda Jai Namacha Jai Great Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Samudaya Dutta Gadada Bhaktivedanta Govind Jai Sri Radha Krishna Radha Jai Now Jai Govind Jai Ramai Jai Ramai Jai Devi Jai Bhakti Devi Jai Govind Bhakti Jai All glory to the all glory to the all glory to the thank you.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, second chapter, text number 5, given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 5th of March, 1975, in New York, New York.
Chirani kim patina santi, dishanti bhiksham, naivam gripa parivrita, sarito vyashushyan, gudha gudha kim, ajito vatino pasanan, kasmat bhajanti kavayo, Chirani kim patina santi. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms and charity? Do the rivers, being dried up, no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth?
So, Sukadeva Goswami was in renowned sort of life from the very beginning of life. As soon as he came out of the womb of mother, he immediately left home. He was within the womb of his mother for 16 years. So, he was in favor of renowned sort of life, Sukadeva Goswami. There was no question of his following the other ashrams. Generally, for ordinary man, there are 4 ashrams, 8 ashrams. For social upkeep, there are 4 ashrams, namely brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. This is for spiritual. Or social, brahman, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. This is social division. And there is spiritual division. Because we are combination of matter and spirit. I am the soul. I am living within this material body. This is actual position. I am not this body. This is the beginning of spiritual education. That I am not this body. one who understands fully well that he is not this body, then the spiritual education begins. And so long we are in the bodily concept of life, there is no question of spiritual. Spiritual education for whom? For the human being, also very advanced human, not ordinary, at least the civilized. Therefore, in the human society, in the civilized human society, there is acceptance of a religious principle. Maybe it is Hindu religion or Muslim religion or Christian religion or Buddha religion, but there is some religion. A civilized society is not without religion. Without religion means animal society. The animals, they have no religion. Cats and dogs, they have no church, no temple that they have to go. It is for the human. If in the human society there is no culture of religion, then it is animal society. It is not human society. So the human society should be divided into 8 divisions. That is first class human society. Just like any organization, any establishment, there are division of labor. The board of directors there are, then the secretarial board, then ordinary clerks, then menials and workers. There must be division. Otherwise it's chaotic. Nowhere you find without division it is going on very smoothly. There must be division. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnam maya sistam gunakarma vibhasa. It is ordained by God that there should be 4 divisions for the materialistic condition of life and 4 divisions for spiritual upliftment. So, there must be the Brahmana, Chaturvarnam maya sistam, Varna, 4 divisions of society. Varna means class. It has been taken now as caste. But actually class is not caste. Caste, of course, from the old world, there is no such thing as caste. But anyway, in India there is caste. But Krishna says that Chatur Varnam Maya system, 4 divisions of classes, I have created. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Who is a Brahman? That is also described in Bhagavad Gita. Sattva, Sama, Dhamma, Titikha, Arjava, Astikam, Dhyanam, Vijnanam. So many qualifications required to become a Brahman. Not that because I was born in a Brahmana family. This is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam that to take birth in a Brahmana family is not all. He must be qualified. Samadhamatitikha. That is equal. The Indian culture has failed at the present moment because instead of considering the qualification, they accept only the birth. The birth in a Brahman family makes a man a Brahmin. No, that is not Shastric Indian. Qualification. There must be qualification. So, without such division, therefore there is no such thing as Hindu Dharma. No, there is no such word in the whole Vedic literature. You won't find in the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavad as Hindu Dharma. There is one word as Bhagavad Dharma, but there is no such word as Hindu Dharma. This Hindu Dharma or Hindu, this is creation by our neighbors, Indian neighbors, the Middle East mountains. They gave the name Indian people as Hindu. Hindu means there is one river, Sindhu. The Mohammedans, they pronounce Saw as Paw. So those who are on the river side of the Sindhu river, Hindu river, they are called Hindus. But actually, Vedic religion is neither for Hindus, not for Christians, nor for It is meant for the human being, Vedic literature. So, in Vedic literature, this Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they are Vedic literature. No, there is injunction of observing the rules and regulations of Varna and Asana. 4 classes and 4 ashram. Ashrama means where spiritual gratification is practiced. That is called ashram. So, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. Chaturvarna and chatur ashram, material and spiritual. So sannyasi is supposed to be on the topmost of the human society. Chaturvarna has 4 classes, then among the varnas there are 4 classes, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. Sannyas is the topmost order of human society. Here the Sukadeva Goswami is a sannyasi. He is renounced order from the very beginning of his life. He never entered into any ashram or bond. He is Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa means the topmost among the sannyasis. Sannyasi is the topmost. Within the sannyasi, the Paramahamsa is the topmost. The sannyasis are also, they are called Kutita, Bohuta, Parivrajagacharya and Paramahamsa. Kutita means after accepting sannyas order, one has to accept the sannyas order. After grihastha, there is vanaprastha and then sannyas. Brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. In the beginning, especially the brahmanas and the kshatriyas, 2 classes, higher classes, they are to take sannyas. If not, at least the brahmanas must take sannyas. The brahmanas have got 4 ashrams, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. The kshatriyas have got 3 ashrams, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, no sannyas. And the vaishya, 2 ashrams, brahmachari, grihastha, neither vanaprastha nor sannyas. And the Shudras, they are simply 1, grihastha, that's all. This is the Vedic order. So, because it is very difficult to maintain sannyas in this age, therefore the sannyas order is completely prohibited. Real sannyasi means, here is the description of life. What is that? Chirani king in the position. See, they have to pick up some torn cloth lying on the street and cover. Then, Vishanti Bhikshang Noiva Vipa, Hungry Pa. Hungry means legs, and Pa means drinking. The trees drink water through the root, that is their leg. Therefore, their another name is Hungry Pa. Pivoti is the Pa, and Hungry means leg. So different species of life, there is different process of eating. We are eating through mouth. The trees are eating through the legs, which is God's creation. Not that the mouth is the only eating way. No, there are other senses, active senses, hands and legs, tongue. These are active senses. Genital, rectum, these are active senses. So, Hungry Pa means tree. The sannyasi should depend completely on God. That is not that I shall go to a rich man and beg something and take money and utilize it. No, that is not. Completely independent. Because that kind of sannyas is not possible at the present age. Therefore, generally, sannyas are accepted. They cannot follow, they prohibit it. But so far, our Krishna consciousness movement is there. We are not like that Mahavadi sannyas. our sannyasis completely devote life for serving Krishna. Sannyas means soft nash. Nash means to give up. And soft home tattva, the absolute truth. So, for the service of the absolute Krishna, we give up our family life. And family life means to give up the whole world. Because people are struggling hard just to maintain the family. That is also stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hidra hyati naktam babayana cha bhavaya diva charte khaya raja kutumba pranena. This is materialistic life. What is that? At night, nidraya, if one can get the opportunity of sleeping 24 hours, he thinks he is very gainer. Especially on Sunday. So, this is materialistic one too, it is gain. In Calcutta, we have seen there are office peons. They take letters in peon book. And those who have gone to Calcutta, there is a Dalhousie Square, there is downtown square. They take the peon book and letter, come to the Dalhousie Square and lie down and sleep up to 4 o'clock. Then they return to the office and then the master asked me, why you are so late? Oh, this man was not there, I could not find. What can I do? I have to rest. But yes, spent his time by sleeping. So he thinks that I am getting so much salary, so if I do not work, if I sleep, that is my gain. That is extra profit. So, that is material life. So material life means nidya hyate naktam. At night, they want to sleep as much as possible. Or those who have got facility, then they utilize sex life. Nidya hyate naktam bhavayas means sex. Well, in this way, wasting time. The whole 12 hours or 10 hours wasted. And during daytime, diva charte haya ragam. Diva cha orte ihaya. Where is money? Just like in your country. That from early in the morning, 5:30, the road is congested. People are like working. Why? For seeking money. Very money. Diva charte haya ragam. Then, when he gets money, then spend it for sense gratification, for family maintenance. So in this way, materialistic person wastes their time, day and night. So, where is time? Ask any materialistic person, why need to come to our temple side? Why need to hear Bhagavad Gita? We have no time, because they are wasting time in that. Okay? So, this is the materialistic life. And spiritualistic life means that one should be trained up as brahmachari, then regulated life in grihastha, regulated life. Grihastha is not bad, family life is not bad, therefore it is called grihastha ashram. Ashram means this very word is meant where the spiritual cultivation is practiced. That is called ashram. So it may be household life, it may be renounced life, it may be brahmachari, student's life, or retired life. The spiritual culture must be there. That is human. If there is no spiritual culture, that is not human society. That is animals. The cats and dogs, they have no spiritual culture. So, in the spiritual culture, the renounced order should be only dedicated for the service of the Supreme Lord, not for taking easy money from others and utilize for sense. That is not. This is the purpose of this verse. If somebody says that if I do not get some money, then how I shall live? to answer this question. Sukadeva Goswami says that why you are anxious for your maintenance? What do you want for your maintenance? I want an apartment. I want clothing. I want food. I want water. So many things. This is necessary. Therefore he said, all right, if you want clothes, then don't you find clothes, torn clothes thrown in the street? Chirani king napatijanti. Don't you find? All right, I can pick up some clothes. That's all right. Then where is my food? The Sukadeva Goswami said, that Naivam Kripa Parabhito Bhikshana Dishanti. The trees, normally trees mean fruit trees. They used to go to jungle, mean there are enough fruits. Still there are so many jungles. In Hawaii there are so many jungles. Enough fruit. Mango, papaya, and many other, banana, then pineapple, guava, so many fruits. So going to the jungle means to be free from food problem. Enough. And then water? Water is river. Therefore he said, Saritopi Asusan. Do you think that all the rivers are dried up? Enough water. Then you may say that I must require some pot to take water. No, you take water. Then what shall I leave? Like the Rubdha Guha. Do you think all the caves of the mountain, they are now closed? There are many caves. If you want at all a center, there are natural rooms, apartments. You can live there. Rubdha Guha. And above all, Sukadeva Goswami says, Kim adita avati no upasanya. No avati. Upasanna means those have surrendered. Ajita, God's another name is Ajita. O means not. And Jita means conquer. Nobody can conquer God. That is God. God is never conquered by anyone. He conquers everyone. God is conquered by his devotee, not by the demon. The demons are conquered by God. But a devotee can conquer. Ajitopi, Jitopi. After God is Ajita, he becomes Jita, means conquered by his devotee. That is also stated. Thane sita sutigata tanuvam yogi. Prayena ajitopi jitapasi stai stilavyam. This process we have introduced. Opening center, that is the system, spiritual. To here, Sane sthita sutigata tanuvam. Suti means this here. Oral listening. Everyone may remain in his own position. It doesn't require to change. Just like one gentleman was asking whether for spiritual advancement one has to live in the temple. And say, no, there is no such hard and fast rule that one should live in the temple. You can live anywhere. But the spiritual practices should be one. Krishna never says that you live in the temple or you go to the jungle or Himalaya. Never said, you never find in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna says, Arjuna, that you give up this fighting and go to the jungle or to the Himalaya and become perfect person. No. Krishna says, Manmana bhavavata bhakta madhyajimam namaskar. You follow these principles. Always think of me, Manmana, Madhavakta, you become my devotee. Manmana, Madhyaji, you worship me, and offer your obeisance. These four things. You can do anywhere, it doesn't matter. But you do all these things. Not Thakur said, Grihema monete thako Aguranga Bulita. Either you remain as a grihastha with family, wife, children, it doesn't matter. Or either you live in the forest, that's sannyasi, renowned. In whichever position you prefer, you can remain, but do these things. So here Sukdev Goswami advises, this is very important word. Kim adito na avati upasannā. Ajita, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, he is maintaining everyone. Yoga Khema Mahama. And he will not maintain a person who has fully surrendered to him. No, how you think? Suppose a gentleman is maintaining so many other children and he does not maintain his own children. Surely. Therefore our principle should be, we should not think about our personal maintenance. We should dedicate our life for Krishna, and Krishna will take care. That's it. Don't be harassed, thinking always how I shall be maintained. That is not the problem. Maintenance is not problem. Real problem is how we shall be fully surrendered to Krishna. That is.
हरे कृष्ण। तो और भी थोड़ा लेक्चर का पार्ट बाकी है, हम उसको पढ़ेंगे। दैट इज वांटेड। उपासन, उपासन means those who have surrendered. So if we are fully surrendered souls, then there is no problem for our economic advancement. That is, automatically it will be done. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yogakshemam Vahamiham Tesham Nithyabhiyuktana Yogakshemam Vahami Aham. He personally takes care. He is taking care of others also. Nobody is dying for want of food. This is a misconception. Everyone is getting food according to his capacity. There are 84 lakh species of life. Out of that, 8 million are lower grade life. Fishes, plants, insects, trees. Jalaja Navalakshani Sthavara Lakshavimshati. 8 million. They have no business. They have no means of other income. By nature, they are getting their all supplies. So why not the human being? Even the uncivilized human being, they are living in the jungle. They have no business. They have no source of income, but still they are getting food. Similarly, why the civilized men should be so much anxious for their maintenance? It is due to lack of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, they are thinking, how I shall remain? The maintenance is already there. Simply, you have to work it. You just till the ground or the field and sow some seeds. Naturally, in due course of time, one seed will give you thousands. So, if you little work, there is no question of scarcity of foods. Krishna has given everything. Our main business should be how to develop our dormant Krishna consciousness. That is our business. Taseva heto prayatet kovido. Everyone should endeavor. We have lost our Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we have got so many problems in life. If we revive your Krishna consciousness, if you revive your Krishna consciousness, all problems will be solved. There is a song sung by Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Miche mayar boshe jashu bheshe khasho habudbu bhai jiva Krishna das yei vishwas korle tar dukha noy. That is very instructive. That we are being carried away by the waves of this material nature, and sometimes we have drowned and sometimes we are up. In this way, mana shasthani indriyani prakruti sthani karshati. Our struggle for existence in this way, in this material world. In this way, we are being carried away by the waves of time. That is pointed out by Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Mayar Goshe Jacho Bheshe Khacho Habudugu. Then yes, I am actually in this position. How to save me? Jeev Krishna Das, Ye Vishwas, Korle Toar. If simply, if you believe this is the fact, if you believe or not believe, this is the fact. What is that? I am eternal servant of Krishna. I am eternal servant of Krishna. You simply revive your knowledge. We are not mastered. Jeev Krishna Das, Ye Vishwas, Karlo Toar Dukkhanai. So if we revive our this Krishna consciousness and engage in the service of the Lord, then there is no more any problems. That is instructed throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita. In many places, in many ways, that you surrender to Krishna. That is the only instruction. As at last it is clearly said, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Smaranam Vraja. There it is clearly said. In another place it is said, Daivi Esha Guramayi Mama Maya Duratvaya Mama Evaya Prapatyante Maya Metham Tarantati. The waves of material nature, time is very, very stringent. Maya Boshe, Yacho Beshe, and Krishna also says the same thing in a different way. Daivi Esha Guramayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. You cannot surmount the waves of material nature. Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvesha ahankara vimudhatma karta hamiti manyate. You are being carried away by the laws of nature. You cannot. You are thinking foolishly that you are independent. Everyone is under the stringent laws of nature that you cannot avoid. You are. If I am a young man, I am thinking that I shall not become old man. I shall remain young. That is foolishness. You must become old. That is nature's answer. You cannot avoid it. Similarly, if you think that this is the old body, when it is finished, everything is finished. No, it will not be finished. You will have to accept another body. This is material life. These foolish men, they do not know it. They are thinking that I shall remain in this prosperous position throughout. No, sir, this is not prosperous position. It is all miserable condition. And even if you take it as a prosperous position, you will not be allowed to stay. This is material life. This is the problem. But foolish men, they do not know what is the real problem. They are busy in the small problem. The real problem is birth, death, old age, and disease. So the opportunity is in the human form of life. So we should take advantage of this human form of life and solve these problems. And it can be solved very easily. That is Krishna consciousness movement. If you simply try to understand Krishna, what is this Krishna? Why he has come down? What is his purpose? What is his life? In this way, try to understand Krishna. And if you are sincere, Krishna will give you intelligence. Buddhi yogam dadamitam yena mam upayantite. If you try to understand Krishna sincerely, then Krishna will give you intelligence, how to understand him. And as soon as you understand him, you are liberated. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvatha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. That is liberation. Krishna said, the process is to know it. Not by challenge. Krishna, what you are? Please tell me. Krishna is not your father's servant. You have to become servant first of all. Then Krishna will tell you. It is not challenge. It is by submission. You have to understand Krishna. And it is not varying. That submission means manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyajima namaskuru. Therefore, Krishna is present here to accept your obeisances, to accept your worship, to recognize you as a devotee. Krishna is there. So follow the principles, follow the instruction of the spiritual master, how to worship Krishna, how to offer him obeisances, how to think of him 24 hours. In this way, if we live very nicely, then the time will come when we will understand thoroughly Krishna. And as soon as we understand thoroughly Krishna, then immediately you are transferred to the spiritual world after giving up this body. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. हरे कृष्णा। तो आज हमने श्रीमद् भागवतम के दूसरे स्कंद के दूसरे अध्याय के 5वें श्लोक के ऊपर श्रील प्रभुपाद जी का प्रवचन सुना, जो न्यूयॉर्क में दिया था 5 मार्च 1975 में। तो इसके